On today's episode, what makes you think that I would like those particular members? Like,
are they the prettiest?
Oh, I can't answer that. I'm trying to.
She's setting you up.
Wait. Would Trevor think they're the prettiest?
Hello, all you beautiful K-pop fans and stans, and welcome back to the K-Pod Show. I'm your host, Trevor Davison, and as always, we have with us Nate Peruch.
Yeah, hello.
And the wonderful Amanda Lee.
Hi, everyone.
And Nate, so what is our topic today?
I'm going to tell you about Sserafim.
Yay.
All right, cool. Well, does this have anything to do with like that 20 hours of content that you...
Yeah, just a little bit. We'll see. Actually, this will be a little bit of a quiz for me too, I guess, probably. See what I remember and what I know.
See how much you've retained. All right. Well, let's go. So, Nate, in previous episodes, you have talked about being on a Sserafim kick where you've just consumed so much of their content. So, I'm excited to see what you've learned, and I don't know, hopefully you can teach me and teach listeners and teach all of us something new.
So, do we want to start with the basics, I guess, just their names?
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah. Start with their names.
Yeah. Let's start there.
Wait. First, we have to know how many members are in the group.
Depends on how you see things. 6 or 5. They were another victim of the bullying controversies.
Yeah. No. So we're gonna say 6 because I refuse to give in to cancel culture.
Yeah.
And especially for bullying allegations.
They're technically 5 now. A lot of people are for them only being a 5-member group.
I will say for them specifically, because I think that it was so early on. I don't think a lot of people got an attachment to it's Garam or Garam, however you say it. So I do feel like a lot more people see OT5 as for them.
Actual Sserafim.
Yeah, you don't see.
That's what I've heard.
Okay.
It's the consensus for most. Like everyone's accustomed to them just being a 5-person group.
Okay, so just
I would say like if I was at like 6 is normally what I'll say, but just because like she was there briefly, but she was there so like for an album or whatever it was.
So then, for my understanding, then is the majority of the time that they've been a group or that they've been together, it has been 5.
At this point, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think that she was only in one album, if I'm not mistaken. They're like release, and then that everything happened.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't think we should give in to the whole bullying thing because I think when you're 10 years old, you do stupid things.
Well, she's still young too. I don't know. I think she's only like 16 or 17.
Yeah, I know, like but all these bullying allegations come from like when you're in grade school, and it's ridiculous. Like,
yeah. Well, not all of them, but yeah, hers was, and Sujin's was, and
it's nonsense, and that's why I don't think we should.
I wasn't sure if his was or wasn't. But.
Yeah.
All the more reason not to give into the cancel culture around it because it's nonsense. People are allowed to make mistakes, even if you're an idol, especially when you're a child.
Yeah.
So, but let's get off the soapbox. Let's get off the soapbox. So we're just going to say OT5. So that's cool. Yes. And what are the names of OT5?
So I was making sure I had it right because there's a bunch of Yujins and Yoonjins, and so the one is Ha Yujin. Keep in mind the white guy pronunciations.
Hold up, wait.
It's okay.
You're a white guy?
Who told you?
Since when?
Yeah, I just found that out this morning.
Makes sense, I guess.
Yes, so we can apologize in advance for probably mispronouncing their names.
Yeah. I haven't studied enough Korean yet.
Yet.
We're
I like
working
that.
on
That
it.
is keyword was yet there. I
Gangbu
picked up
Heyo.
on it.
Chigum Gungbu Heyo, something like that. Studying like now
Hey,
or something.
at least you're working on it.
But yeah, we'll start. I guess Kazuha is so she's Japanese, and she was actually a ballet dancer, like legit. I guess like that was her career path, and then she was like scouted, and she had 6 months of training, and that was like her, and then she's like kind of out there. And she also didn't speak Korean at that time, so she's kind of out of nowhere. And then Kim Chae-won, she was also in IZ*ONE.
Okay.
She's my bias. She's also the leader of the group. And yeah, she has deep connections because of IZ*ONE. She like knows Won Young and all of that. Actually, I guess
Okay.
Chae-won and Sakura, if I'm not mistaken, were all in IZ*ONE.
Oh, really? I don't really know anything about IZ*ONE, so.
Yoonjin was either in the show for it or was in it. I still am not 100% clear on that.
We'll have to look that up.
Yeah. And then Yoonjin, she actually is an American. I think she said she came over when she was 6, but she speaks like perfect English. Perfect English. And then Sakura, she was in debuted 3 different times. So there was a Japanese one she debuted in. There was IZ*ONE, and then now Sserafim.
Oh, wow.
So she's like...
She's done a lot.
Yeah,
Very,
she's got
very
a lot of
experienced at
experience.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Which she
cool.
she like refused actually being the leader, I guess, because her not being a native Korean, she's Japanese. She didn't want to be the leader and be like not a native speaker. So she like basically refused the leadership position.
I can respect that. That's a commendable thing.
Yeah. But I mean, she still obviously is so much experience that I'm guaranteed she's getting relied on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, the other members, I'm sure, are looking to her and her experiences, but, I think to not be that, like, official leader or official, like, face of the group is, I mean, it's commendable for her to, take that step back, but then help out behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, more than likely.
Yeah. And I guess technically last one, Hong Eun-chae, she's a is it, I can't remember what music program it is, but she's the like presenter on one of the music programs.
Oh, she's on one of the music shows.
Yeah, I can't recall which one, but she also has her own show. Oh, Sakura as well have their own shows, like little reality, like little like where they have people come on and stuff. They both have one of their own.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So it sounds like then just from their collective experiences, they are poised to have great success. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like they're pretty dynamic.
Well, it's funny because there's clips of people saying Sunbaenim for them, but they're only a year old, so they're actually like basically still a rookie group, but they're so experienced and stuff through other bands, and like they're accidentally given respect. Like like they're
I don't even know that it's accidentally. I mean, it sounds like it's hard earned, but
but
not as a group.
Technically I guess they're still like a freshman, so they shouldn't be having that honorary title or whatever, but
yeah, absolutely.
But a lot of them have been around for a while.
Yeah, like Ning Ning actually from aespa, she like started saying like Sunbeam. Like, oh wait, that's not.
I see. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I had no idea that a lot of the members were like had been in other groups before. So
yes,
that's news to me.
Sakura was number 2, I believe, on the IZ*ONE like voting. She was number 2. Won Young was number 1. So yeah, so she was super popular apparently in that band. I gotta listen to IZ*ONE more because I knew that they were super popular. I knew a lot of people loved them. I never really got into them.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's hundreds of K-pop groups out there.
Yeah.
You literally can't get into all of them. So
yeah. Well, I think if I'm not mistaken, they were like more cutesy, which isn't my vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I've heard of, like a handful of songs that were from them, but I don't really know them that well.
Yeah.
And I didn't know any of the members. I mean, I knew that Won Young was a part of the group, but she's the only one that I have paid attention to at all. And still the only member that I know in IVE, which I do want to change. But
that's the one, another one of the Yoonjin or Yoonjins. I think she's also Yoonjin, like the other member that I know. So, is Liz or something? I don't know. I've started to try and learn some of IVE's names, but
okay, maybe we can do that together.
But this episode is about Le Sserafim, so we'll stick to that.
Okay, yes, let's get back on topic.
So, okay, so we went over the 5 members' names. And
okay, just
when did they?
Wait,
hold on.
Okay,
wait. So when did they debut?
I forget the date. It's 5. I want to say 18. It's the same debut date as Idol is, but a different year. So that's actually some of the reason I got into it, like Le Sserafim, is because the weird parallels between Idol and Le Sserafim, because they had 6 members. They lost one to bullying controversy. They debuted on the same date. There's a bunch of other facts that like I can't think of right now off the top of my head, but there's really weird parallels. Like the ages are similar. Like even though they debuted like differently, like
different years.
Like Sakura is like 26 or something. Mion's like 27 or 26.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you get down to the youngest though, like Unche is like 16 or something. So that falls.
Oh, so there's a big age gap in them. I didn't realize. I thought that they were all younger. I didn't realize that some of them were like in their mid-20s.
Yeah. Chaewon is like 23 or something like that. Yeah, and then Kazuha I think is 19. Yoonjin's I think somewhere around Chaewon. So they're all like mostly early like 20s basically. That age difference isn't that different between Idol and them. So
nice.
So okay, so now we've went over names, debuting, and Amanda, I think you wanted to ask a question earlier. Do you recall what that was?
It actually wasn't a question. I was just going to ask him to list all their names again.
Kim Chae-won, Ha Yoon-jin, Kazuha, Sakura, and Hong Eun-chae.
I'm totally not going to remember that, but
I know
will.
Chaewon.
I will.
That's the one. Just remember Chaewon, you'll be okay.
Okay.
Yoonjin's actually really cool too. She's like my bias wrecker. She's like one of those people that are funny in like an unintentionally funny way. I feel like bad things happen to them, you know? Like she's that. She's that person.
I feel like we need flashcards.
Yeah.
Pictures and names.
Yeah. I mean, I always just take it like I learn 1 and then go from there, then 2 and then 3, and then I'll get the
That's what I usually do too. Makes it easier to like learn them one at a time.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah. Plus, whenever like if you like one of them and then you watch videos or whatever on them, and then they're interacting with their other band members, so you'll like vicariously through them start learning different names. But
that's what I'll have to do. I'll definitely watch some of the content and
the Leniverse, Leniverse. That one's a good one. When they're in the like the spa thing, the Korean spa, that one's I think the best. I think there's like 3 episodes there, and that one's super funny. I might actually make you guys watch it.
I'll watch it.
Okay.
It's super funny though. Yoonjin's like my bias record though, because she actually writes her own songs. She doesn't write for the band, but she has out like I think like at least like 3 or 5 songs that like she self-produced and sings and stuff like that. And
okay, so you can like listen to them and
then the one's in completely in English as well. Oh, she was also an opera singer. So
what?
Yeah, there's a video of her singing opera.
Videos of her singing opera. You'll have to show me that.
Yeah,
that sounds cool.
They have a ballet dancer, an opera singer, and an idol that debuted 3 times. Like that's unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're stacked. Like they're a rookie group, but they're stacked. Like they got a lot of.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really was against getting into them at first because of the whole scandal, and
same.
I was just like, I don't want to. But then I really like a lot of their songs, so now I've changed my mind. So,
well, I just didn't want to get into any new group. Not just the Sserafim, but I was like, I've got enough. Like, I don't need any more. My wallet can't take it. Because then you got albums and you got concerts and like to Amanda's point, I liked one of their songs, and then they came out with another song that I liked, and then another song that I liked, and then next thing I know, I'm buying an album, and now we're doing an episode on them.
Yeah, that's exactly. Well, I mean, I also with the bullying stuff, I didn't want to. I've been hurt by the Sujin stuff, so I didn't want to like make a fresh wound. I didn't have to, but like with as far as that goes, luckily, like she was in pretty early, like out pretty early, so it doesn't like there's not many videos with her, honestly, the least that I've happened across, but. Yeah, I listened to, I took a Fearless. I really like Fearless. And then I was like, oh, I should listen to the rest of the album. The rest of the album was like, oh, this is pretty good. And then that sat for like 6 months or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. And then just recently I started, getting more in depth with them. I mean, you can't beat when they have like really good songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And stacked with that much talent. And just diversity is.
Yeah, experience. And,
awesome.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, no wonder they're doing so well. Like,
well, I'm surprised Kazuha, she had 6 months. 6 months, didn't really speak Korean or anything. And it's only been like a year since they debuted. So she's only been speaking Korean for like a year and 6 months or something. Yeah. So that's mad. That's mad to be tossed out there like that.
Yeah. Well, it was similar with Felix from Stray Kids.
Yeah.
He didn't really speak Korean when he came, and he was in training for, I think it was 9 months.
Yes, that's crazy. There's no way you're speaking Korean well enough.
Right, yeah, he didn't speak Korean that well, even in like some of their early like shows and videos and stuff like that. You can tell he's struggling a bit.
Yeah, I mean,
as with anybody.
Yeah.
So, totally understand.
That's a hard language too, just judging from like other people that have been like foreigners that have been speaking it for years, and then they'll like most of the time they're fine, but then they'll hit a hiccup where they're like, I don't know how to say this. So
yeah,
that's gonna be really tough. I mean, it's good though. Like Felix had an English speaker in the group, and then Kazuha has Sakura, so there's a Japanese speaker. So there's at least like one person that can like translate for you.
That's true. That does make it easier.
Yeah, versus just throwing out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, all on your own.
Yeah.
But I mean, and that makes it really nice too, like when you're touring, like it opens up the Japanese market, and then obviously the US market, which is huge.
Yeah.
So and then like you could go on like all the like the late night shows, the morning shows, all of that becomes very, very accessible then at that point.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's definitely an asset. When we have 2 Japanese speakers, like you said, and then one pure native, like English. Actually, Kazuha speaks English really well too, but she's not native.
Right.
And she's also afraid of speaking it from what I've seen. But Yoonjin just like literally it's like same accent basically as us. Like there's no difference. Like
yeah, you can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always surprising when you hear someone like speaking English and it's not their first language and you can't even tell.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it technically, because I think she was 6 when she moved over. So I guess English might technically be her first language.
Oh, but probably. I mean, if she moved when she was 6, she would be perfectly fluent in English by 6.
Yeah. So I guess Korean is technically her second language, but yeah. I mean, it seems
but to be proficient in both is awesome.
Yeah. I would kill for it.
I wish.
Right? Then I want to have to read subtitles when I watch my K-dramas.
Yeah, that's part of why I'm trying to learn Korean.
I know.
So I have to read subtitles. I mean, plus if we go there at some point too, it'd be nice to at least have some basic.
Yeah.
Holo Chuseo.
Yeah, when I was in the Air Force and was traveling around, I would always try to, like on the flights to whatever country we were going to, I would always try to at least learn like the basics, like the hellos, the thank yous, the goodbyes, the where's the bathrooms, all that sort of stuff. Just because if I'm going to visit their country, I feel like I should speak their language or at least make the attempt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, get the basics so you understand like something of what's going on.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I used to travel, like, I would try to speak their language, and then they kind of smirk and be like, dude, you're fine, like, you speak English. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, well, I tried. But I mean, not always, but that most of the time, anywhere we went, there was people that spoke English, or at least well enough that we could communicate.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so 20 hours worth of content. So what would you say your favorite was, or better yet, what would you recommend to any listeners that might want to get into Le Sserafim?
Well, it's the same one I'd force you guys to watch still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be the one to start with.
Yeah, that one I think is the best done. It's got I think like 4 different parts to it, where they do like 3 episodes or so each, which the episodes are like 45 minutes or something like that. But yeah, if you go through that, you get a pretty good idea of who they are and their humor and things like that.
Okay.
So there's other ones I've watched too, but they're kind of harder to find because they're on different channels and stuff, or different YouTube channels and stuff. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, we'll definitely watch some.
Well, I will say that Sakura actually seems extremely intelligent. Like I don't know if she actually has an IQ score like that she took, but like in the puzzles and stuff that they're figuring out, she's like constant, and she's like a gamer.
So that's cool.
I think that she just is good at figuring out puzzles and is like pretty intelligent.
Like problem solving and everything. Like, she's just like real fast at processing.
Yeah, and she'll sit there and like focus on it, like hyper focusing on things, which is kind of cool to see, like intelligence shine through, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. It's kind of like when you see somebody that does like the Rubik's Cube in like 10 seconds, and you're just in all of it. It's like, wow, I couldn't even do that in 10 years. Like,
Who do you think would be Trevor's bias?
Ooh, that's a good question. Actually, I did ask you briefly. I think he said Sakura and, obviously not the names, but Sakura and Kazuha.
Oh no, I totally said the names.
I don't think he said that.
No,
I don't. I did tell you the names around that time, so you might have.
No, actually, I like I always do. I just point. I'm like,
yeah,
her.
I think
or
it's Kazuha and Sakura. I'm not mistaken. I don't know who you would like more of the personalities though. You'd probably like Yoonjin. That would be my guess.
Okay.
I think that you might like Chaewon as well. If I had to guess, we'll see. Updated in the future.
We usually like the same members.
So, what makes you think that I would like those particular members? Like,
are they the prettiest?
Oh, I can't answer that. I'm trying to.
She's setting you up.
Wait.
It's a try. It's
would
a trap.
Trevor think they're the prettiest?
Well, not from what he said already.
Okay.
And this is also like just initial first looks too. So I mean,
Amanda says that I have a specific type because I pick out very similar looking members across the band. Like, I'm very consistent.
Across the board.
Across the board.
Yeah. Same.
That's what I meant. Thank you. Yes. Yeah.
Well, I think Kazuha would fit you better in that, like, face shape and stuff. Like Karina, sort of.
Yeah.
I would guess Kazuha.
Which one looks the most like Karina? Or Yuna.
Or Mion. Or
I would guess Kazuha. I mean, you already said it, sort of, but actually Sakura or Kazuha, it kind of fits into those sort of
into that type of look.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel right now.
Calling you out.
Being called out.
I mean, I would say nobody in there to me. I mean,
they're all pretty though.
Well, I don't
except
think
for
that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I don't think that they're any necessarily exactly his type, but I guess I'm not really good at seeing that. So Amanda's very good at picking it out though.
Well, I know him so well.
Again, I feel like this is a trap. It's a trap. What's that? The Admiral Akbar meme from Star Wars? Yeah. I'm not walking into it.
You already did.
No. So, So you said there was one member personality-wise. I'm curious, what is her personality like?
That's Yoonjin.
Okay.
My bias wrecker. She's the one that's she's funny, and she's also unintentionally funny.
Oh, that's perfect. I love unintentionally.
Yeah, just funny things happen to her, and her reactions are super funny. So I would guess maybe...
I would probably like her.
Yeah, I was thinking either that or Chaewon, but Chaewon I feel like you might like.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll find out though. I'll let you know. I like to wait to make my decision after I, learn about the groups a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. And there's nothing wrong with changing your mind either. Like, I changed my mind on biases before. So,
yeah, I could see me eventually changing the Yoonjin, just not right now, because it's such, like, the reason I got into Chaewon is because she reminds me of Soojin, like certain angles, not always.
Yeah.
You mentioned that before.
You've said that before.
Yeah, I'd say like maybe only 10% of the time she hits that kind of like right angle and right makeup and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like occasionally I'm like, you can like pause the video or whatever, or like look at the photo. I'd be like, is that Soojin or is that Chaewon? So it'll be hard to break that. Just like, I don't know, I have just a natural draw to her because of that.
Yeah.
Which is like part of what like overcame the not wanting to be like stan them. Just because it's so much like good feelings.
Yeah, no, because all the similarities are there, not just with Soojin, but it sounds like with
the whole
Idol
band
just in general. Yeah,
they have a weird synergy that's
incredible.
What's happening, but
So do they all seem really close?
Oh, that I don't know actually.
You haven't been able to tell yet from what you've seen?
I would say certain ones are close. I would say the whole group, from what I've seen, is not everybody is super duper close, I would say, but there's certain like pairings
still
like
new.
Yeah. Well, like I think it hurts with Kazuha because she doesn't speak Korean very well, so I think that she gets unintentionally sort of distanced, but just because there's a language barrier.
Yeah.
But like Chaewon and Yoonjin are close, and then Sakura is just kind of the mom of the group. So people are like, everybody's close to her, but she's also kind of like taking care of them.
She's
so
the mom. Got it.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I wouldn't say they are like, they're nowhere near as close as like Idol is. But
they've also not had the time together that Idol has had.
Yeah, they've only been around for like a little over a year now, because they just had their year thing because Idol did as well. So,
gotcha.
Well, not Idol. Idol had their anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question, but I think that they're still kind of cliquey, like certain ones, and I don't think anybody looks like they fight or anything now.
Kind of like Shua and Soojin.
Yeah,
right?
they were extra.
They had, exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's certain people that you just tend to gravitate towards more anyways, which is not uncommon.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
I think that's the way it is in most groups, but...
Yeah.
Just in relationships in general, too, I think.
Yeah, it's hard for a larger group of people to equally be, I guess, into each other with everyone. But...
Yeah, it does take time, especially like, I mean...
Yeah.
They're basically like forming their trauma bonds.
Right.
Nothing bonds you like trauma.
Yeah. But they have, I haven't read enough of the lyrics, I guess, to say this completely confidently, but from what I've seen of the lyrics, they seem to be very like positive, positively like lyrics, right? Just
like the message.
Strong. Yeah. Like be strong, like,
be fearless.
Yeah, exactly. Anti-fragile. So it's like from what I've seen of it, the lyrics are actually really cool too.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I like them. I mean, it's the songs sound great, and the lyrics, like you said, at least from what I've seen, I've really liked it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I like what do they call it? Girl crush concept.
Yeah,
can't do the cutesy concepts. So
yeah, their lyrics are less weird than Tops when I read that.
Yeah. I know.
True.
It's strange.
Yeah, but that's also one of the reasons why I like Top is like I like that quirkiness.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, he's definitely artist. GD too. They're both very like artist-y, So they're a bit off.
They like to be out there.
Yeah.
I mean, all the great creatives are.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Whereas Sserafim's songs have a more straightforward message.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested if they're going to like Yoonjin, I guess specifically, but I'm interested if she's going to have a song on the album at some point because she has all her solo stuff.
I would hope so.
Which that's awesome of like Hybe / Source to let her. She basically like does it herself, and they like let her release it and stuff.
Oh, really?
And they just had a concert for her specifically. Where she played all of her songs on guitar and stuff too, so she plays there too. Yeah, so she had like a full band. She was on guitar singing it, and
they actually like let her play the guitar, like for real.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what though? I got to give props to Hybe because they seem very, I guess, trusting of their talent. It seems like they give them like a lot of leeway to be creative like that and to really showcase.
And she actually she swears a lot on her stuff. And well, actually, the one song I'm Not a Doll, which I don't know if it was.
You talked about that song before.
Yep. Yeah. Like I don't know if it was influenced by Idol, like G Idol or not, but it's very. But yeah, it's a song that if you didn't hear the other episode, I probably said the same thing that talks about how I'm not a doll, I'm a person, I'm not just an idol. And it talks about like, if I can think of some of the lyrics right now, talks about how more than just a pretty face and like, you call me the B word.
Yeah.
And then the next day you'll be like on my side. Like it talks about all that basically. And it hits very hard on the I'm a person motif. So it's like it's a song for idol singers basically, which is cool.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'll listen to it.
Yeah. Actually, she has a slow song that's really pretty too. Raise Your Glass. It's really good.
Good options.
Cool. And Nate, so any final thoughts or things that our listeners or Amanda and I should know?
Nah, not really. I'd just say definitely give them a listen. I think that they're worth it. I think a large percentage of the K-pop population would enjoy it and enjoy their personalities as well.
Okay, so I actually do have one question. With that being said, which song of theirs do you think would be like the best introduction to them?
Oh,
I know it's probably a tough one, right?
Hard. Honestly, I actually might give it to Unforgiven just because it's so catchy. And I would say if you listen to Unforgiven, it's going to get old quick, but like move on basically. Like use that as your intro. Let it
springboard.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like that's your like introduction, not your full entire journey.
Exactly. So that one would probably be the most palatable, the most catchy.
Yeah. To the biggest audience, I would say Unforgiven probably.
And then you can do a deeper dive from there.
I could agree with that.
Yeah. Cool. And they have like slow jazzy stuff if you like that.
That song gets stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Now it's stuck there, guys. It's gonna be there for the rest of the night.
Same thing with the Anti-Fragile. Anti-Fragile.
Yeah. No, there's some catchy songs. Actually, some of my favorite songs by them are their title tracks. It's like Sour Grapes and Impurities. Impurities is one of my favorite K-pop songs.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
That is high praise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So, well, there you have it, listeners. There's a quick rundown of Le Sserafim, some things that you need to know, and great way to start out with them.
And if you know anything, please tell us as well in the comments.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. If you stan them and you know a lot about them or things that you think that we should know or other listeners
we got wrong.
Yeah, anything that we got wrong. Yeah,
I'm a fresh FEARNOT, so
oh, that's what we forgot to mention. What's their fandom name?
FEARNOTs, yeah. Pretty sure. God, I hope that's not wrong. That would be bad. I'm pretty sure FEARNOTs.
That is their fandom name.
Is now.
Cool. Well, this has been great, and I've learned a lot, and I hope you, the listeners, have learned a bit too. And until next time, stay awesome. Peace.